Okay, let's talk about Oscillator 3, voltage controlled Oscillator 3 on the Korg ARP 2600M. Unlike the other oscillators whose normal or hardwired output is a square wave or a pulse wave, typically a square wave, the output, the hardwired output of Oscillator 3 is a sawtooth wave. And we also have the potential for a pulse output, square wave output. Not sure why they said pulse there, and square elsewhere, but maybe it's not entirely a square. Oh, it has pulse width on this too. What am I thinking? Psh. What this one does not have is pulse width modulation. So this is a pulse, and you can set the pulse width right here. But you can't modulate that pulse, so you're just getting a pulse waveform possibility. So those are your output possibilities. Now, I don't think I mentioned in the other oscillators the keyboard CV input. Basically, the keyboard CV input, it's just a static input. Whatever you plug in there, you're going to get whatever the intensity of it, and you can't adjust it. But you can plug anything in there, and it will modulate the oscillator frequency. In general, the keyboard CV is hardwired there. So that's how the oscillator knows to follow the keyboard, even though there's no indication that it's connected there. But if you want to use this input for something else, you can. It's just that you won't have control over its amount. Now, of course, you could be using the voltage processor as the slider amount, or actually even in the mixer, you could create the opportunity to adjust the amount of a modulation that you have going into that keyboard CV input. But I haven't really said anything about it because it's that. Oscillator 3 also has the potential for being controlled by noise. Also the ADSR. Or VCO2. And in this case, we're getting the sine wave from VCO2, allowing it to be a really good typical LFO for VCO3. So those are our hardwired options, and of course you can plug anything you want into these inputs and control the amount. So we're just going through what is available as hardwiring. Okay, so we also have the full oscillator range with the initial oscillator frequency setting. I constantly want to make sure that I'm somewhere, I don't know what this is tuned to, but I want it to be somewhat consistent should I need it to during this demonstration. So that's why I keep tuning the initial frequency back to what the other ones are set to. You also have the fine tune possibility, allowing you to dial in the frequency that you are tuning to. And that is Oscillator 3 on the Korg ARP 2600M.